As midlife women, we have a responsibility, a duty to make the world better. To take the wisdom that hopefully we've gathered over our very, very, very long lives and pass it down lovingly to the next generation. I know no one likes to talk about responsibility and duty these days, but I think it's a reality if we want to live in a decent world. Instead, I see a lot of midlife women and men, but this is for us women, trying to behave as if they are younger and inexperienced and lacking wisdom. I'm trying to be gentle, but I really mean they're trying to look young and cool when they aren't young. And trying to look young when you aren't isn't cool, is it? We shouldn't be trying to emulate and compete and do the cool college thing when we're in our 40s and 50s and 60s. I think we should be models of decorum and class and elegance. And that doesn't mean boring. That doesn't mean we can't have fun. It doesn't mean we can't be adventurous. It just means maybe we incorporate some maturity and decency into those things that maybe before would have been more hedonistic and less tempered and less thoughtful. At least I know I was less tempered and thoughtful in college, and less mature too. Instead, it's like, look at me, I've had another facelift and my body is just as hot as yours, and I'm gonna prove it by undressing as much as legally possible and twerking in your general direction. Is that really what we're doing? Recently, I saw a post on Instagram of a young woman, probably late 20s, early 30s. I don't know her personally, but I know of her through friends of friends, and I've seen her at a few events. Everything I know of her is that she's talented and ambitious and is a decent person. So it's not really an indictment of her, but maybe culture. The post I saw was of her mostly waist up. She was topless, and she had her hand strategically placed over her breast to make it supposedly Instagram safe. It was obviously intentionally very provocative. Let's not pretend it was an artistic presentation. It was a thirst trap. I think it came up in my feed because some people I follow or who follow me follow her. So it was a suggested post, I guess. Yes, I've seen stuff like this before, and yes, it's mild compared to some things that are sometimes presented publicly, but that's not what struck me. Now, of course, it was viewed by a lot of men, a lot of drooly men, a lot of men wanting to see some exposure. That's a problem for a different post. But what really struck me was that the comments were filled with responses from so-called friends of hers. Friends telling her she looked hot, friends telling her she was a babe, friends telling her, you go girl, fire emoji, and all that. Now, I realize that feminism has gone far from the fight for rights and equal opportunity. I'd always thought the roots of feminism were in suffragettes and the fight for the right to vote. And now I even know that isn't factual. But all that aside, when a woman perceives herself as a feminist and her chosen avenue for self-promotion is objectifying herself, it's such a contradiction. As a mom to daughters, it just made me sad. It made me sad that she posted it, but it made me sad that someone with so much to offer chose to offer her scantily clad body to the masses in a public forum, a forum that will never forget what she posted. It made me sad that one day her son might see that and think that's what women have to offer. That's what they should provide. It made me sad that one day her daughter might see it and think she should emulate that behavior. Would this young woman want her son to ogle other women's bodies? Would she want her daughter to be the object of leering and vicarious sexual gratification? No, I don't think we or anyone is responsible for what other people do, but we are responsible for what we offer to the world and what we present to the world. We all know there are some mothers and fathers who are perverted in that way and who will literally pimp out their children. And I'm not just talking about sex traffickers, but also celebrity parents. But I don't think this young woman is like that. And it makes me sad that she does not have the foresight or direction to think more carefully about how she presents herself to the world. It made me really sad that people who call themselves friends are encouraging something that will probably have a lasting negative impact on her. Of course, they're young too. So I guess they have the same limited perspective that she does. In our culture, salaciousness works in so many ways, even if it's just short term. So it seems like a viable path. It is going to get you followers and attention and likes and clicks. As older women, I think we should be the examples of class and decorum and elegance. We should show a more elevated way of living. We don't always do that. But I do wonder how we can persuade the younger generation to adopt a standard that is so different from the Kardashians and the OnlyFans and the general Hollywood smut that is everywhere and that is successful to some extent. Seems a very long road to hoe to me, but I'd love to hear your ideas. Maybe we can make a difference. Thanks for being here and for considering being part of a positive difference in the world. I don't know what we can do, but I hope we can do something. Please subscribe and hang around and leave your thoughts in the comments. Maybe we can do something together.